When I look at Formula One testing right now, I don't see 10 teams learning at the same pace. I see the grid splitting. Some teams are already attacking performance, others are still surviving the regulations, and nowhere is that contrast clearer than with Aston Martin. And I see a team that's gambling, because while everyone else was logging laps in Barcelona, Aston Martin arrived late, quiet, blacked out, unrevealed. And when a team with Adrian Newey, Honda, and factory-level ambition chooses that path, you don't ignore it. Let me be clear from the start. This is not a story about lap times. It's not a story about one red flag. This is a story about transformation, because the Aston Martin F1 team AMR26 is the most important car this team has ever built. And Barcelona gave us our first real clues about what they're trying to become. Aston Martin skipped the first days of the Barcelona test. That wasn't ideal, but it also wasn't accidental. This is the first time Aston Martin are operating as a Honda Works team, with a Newey-led technical direction under brand new 2026 regulations, new chassis rules, new power unit rules, new gearbox built in-house for the first time in years. Mike Crack said it best.
A lot of hard work went into it over the last days, and there's still a lot of work to come, but I think today we can take a breath and be happy that we rolled out the car. It was
worst case or best case, but a huge change. This wasn't about rushing laps. It was about getting the foundation right. And when the AMR26 finally rolled out, people noticed immediately. The AMR26 hit the track fully blacked out. No livery, no branding. Almost like Aston Martin wanted to say, don't look at the paint, look at the shape. Early images revealed extremely tight bodywork, a compact engine cover, aggressive cooling exits, and what appears to be the highest rake concept on the grid. That last part matters, because high rake has one name attached to it in F1 history. This is the first Aston Martin designed under Adrian Newey's leadership, and you can see it everywhere. Minimal floor bodywork, aggressive rear ride height, airflow priority over visual cleanliness. Newey himself admitted the new regulations were quite scary at first. That tells you something. This isn't a copy-paste car. This is a concept car, built around airflow philosophy. High risk, high reward. But here's where things get really interesting, because Aston Martin didn't just follow Newey's old ideas, they copied something very current. Until now, only one team had done this. Mercedes F1 team anchored the nose to the second front wing flap, not the first. Now, Aston Martin have done the same. That's not coincidence. This front wing philosophy limits straight-line gains, but massively improves aero stability and platform control. You don't choose that unless you trust your downforce model. You're thinking long-term. You're building for consistency, not headlines. That's a serious statement. Now let's talk about the biggest unknown, Honda. Aston Martin are the only Honda-powered team on the grid, which means no shared data, no customer comparisons, no safety net. Honda themselves admitted the electrification side is progressing well. The internal combustion engine, less so. That explains the caution. Early reports of white smoke in the pit lane, possibly electrical, possibly gearbox, possibly precautionary. But in 2019, Max Verstappen had a similar sound, and it wasn't terminal. This is integration pain, not failure. And that brings us to the red flag. Lance Stroll took the AMR26 out for its first real laps. The car stopped near pit entry. A red flag followed. Paddock reaction? Muted. No panic. No rushed repairs. Planet F1 and Carlos Miquel both said the same thing. Let people believe what they want. That's not damage control, that's confidence. Because the goal wasn't lap time, it was validation, and they got that. Here's the honest truth. Aston Martin have almost no representative lap time, very limited long-run data, zero performance comparisons so far. Meanwhile, Mercedes are doing 180 plus laps per day, one most 16.4's fastest laps, metronomic race stints. So yes, Aston Martin are behind on data, but not necessarily behind on concept, because history tells us something important. Newey cars don't always start fast, but when they hit the development window, they move quickly. Red Bull 2009, Red Bull 2014, Red Bull 2022. Aston Martin aren't chasing Melbourne, they're chasing the regulation cycle. And with Honda fully embedded and Newey free from compromise, this might be the slow burn that pays off. Barcelona didn't give us answers about Aston Martin. It gave us intent, late arrival, radical design, shared philosophy with Mercedes, and the quiet confidence of a team that knows it's building something new. The AMR26 isn't fast yet, but it's honest. And sometimes in Formula One, that's how revolutions start. Bahrain will tell us more. But for the first time in years, Aston Martin feel dangerous again. While Aston Martin were building quietly, McLaren were doing something very different. The McLaren F1 team finally put their car on track. Nothing dramatic, nothing radical. But listen to the drivers. Lando Norris said, it's different. A bit slower in corners, quicker in acceleration, more complicated. more to understand. That's honest, this car isn't broken, but it's not plug and play either. McLaren completed around 60 laps, solid, but even they admitted, some rivals are setting a very high bar, and we all know who that rival is. Let's widen the lens. Mercedes, over 180 laps per day, fastest laps in the 116s, already ahead of mileage targets, losing more time to others' red flags than their own issues. That's why people are whispering 2014. Red Bull, nearly 400 power unit laps, but higher than expected overheating, conservative cooling limiting engine modes. Racing Bulls show heavy cooling, main Red Bull doesn't. Big question, can they turn the engine up like Mercedes? Ferrari, around 800 kilometers completed, no reliability failures, but the car looks nervous. Hamilton had visible moments and a spin. They're learning, but not comfortable yet. Williams crash tests complete, Bahrain confirmed, but no Barcelona running. Even the team admits, no one knows the real car weight yet. That's not ideal. Barcelona didn't crown a winner, but it revealed intent. Mercedes are attacking, McLaren are adapting, Red Bull are questioning, Ferrari are searching, and Aston Martin, they're rebuilding. Late, radical, and quietly dangerous. Bahrain will give us answers. But for the first time in years, Aston Martin don't look lost. They look like a team preparing to matter.